Good evening, beautiful people of the You Create the Dream page, and welcome to Awake in the Dream. This is our weekly Ask Me Anything call. Do say hi as you come on, let me know that you're here, and if you watch the replay, I would love for you to comment #replay. I always like to know who we have joining us. Hello, beautiful Marina. How are you, gorgeous ladies? So lovely to see you. Valerie, beautiful. How are you? Have you ladies had a fabulous day today? Just gonna make sure I'm staying here down here at the comments. I hope you're all well. It's interesting. I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes waiting to go live, and you sit there and you're kind of waiting. Time's going really slow. You know, the whole watching a kettle boil, and then when you zone out, suddenly you come back. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm meant to be live now. So anyway, here I am. So lovely to see you, beautiful, beautiful ladies. Okay. So this is our weekly Ask Me Anything call, and I would love for those of you that are on the live to ask me anything that you like, and of course those that watch the replay, feel free to ask questions, and I can always make sure I cover them next week. Hi Jane, how are you, beautiful? So sometimes I actually come prepared with some questions that people have asked, upon signing up on the You Create the Dream page. Other times I just feel like there's a topic that needs to come through me, or I wing it or whatever. Anyway, so this is one of those nights. Hi Natalie, how you going, beautiful? So lovely to see you all here. So I've been mentioning the last few weeks, I'm having a lot of people reach out to me every single day. Obviously there are people that are making some very tough choices at the moment. There are people that are having to make choices that aren't that don't feel right for them. And of course, when you do something that doesn't feel right for you, it's going against the very essence of yourself, or against your soul, and it's a really tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to have to live with, etc. So I've spoken to a few people today as well, going through the same sort of thing, and I kind of wanted to touch on awareness, consciousness, and the impact that what is going on the planet is having for all of us, where we're headed through that. So great masters have always said that everything that you seek is within you, that you are the power in your world. Okay, it's a message that has been there for us forever. However, we've been caught up in the drip feeding and the programs that we aren't powerful, right? We've plugged ourselves into a set of beliefs that are not truth. Okay, now whatever we believe is true for us, but it is not universal truth. So you are powerful beyond measure. So great masters, great teachers have been, wanting to ensure that we remember this message, and they've been, for a very long time, it's been there, but we haven't been aware of it. They've said that whatever you seek, whatever you desire, you have to first find it inside of yourself. And by that, I mean, whatever it is that you desire, you have to find the feeling first. They say if you want peace, feel peace, and then you shall have peace. Feel joy and happiness, and then you shall have joy and happiness, right? So whatever it is that you desire, the key to manifesting is activating the feeling, holding the feeling. Okay, so a high vibe feeling. We don't get what it is that we want, we get what it is that we radiate. So what we draw to us is something that matches our frequency. So just knowing that, it then means if we keep a high vibration, if we keep a high frequency, if we hold that high frequency, then we have the capacity to create significant change very rapidly in our own lives, and of course we contribute to the whole. So basically, find that which you desire in yourself first. Now here's the thing, if you don't, then what happens is you become a slave to your outer world, to your outer circumstances, right? Because now you think that I have to have that to make myself happy. I have to have this to make me feel this, right? I have to have that to make me feel that I'm good enough, that I'm worthy enough, etc. So we become a slave to the things outside of us, and it's not how it's meant to work for us. They've said to us that, if you do the inner work, the ancient wisdoms say that if you do the inner work, deal with your own subconscious programs, you will see the results in your outer world. So it's not about waiting till I have what I need outside of me to then believe I will feel a certain way, because you get it. And then 10 minutes later, you realize it doesn't give you the happiness that you're seeking, right? So instead, dive in, do the inner work, get rid of those things that are weighing you down, get rid of those things that keep you dense, keep you heavy, and keep you in a space of low vibration. Get rid of those. Clear the way so as to hold more light. And then when you're holding more light, the answers and the guidance that you so desperately seek come to you with ease. Get into your divine center. The problem is that too often the human mind gets so caught up in what's going on in the external world that you forget how powerful you are. And worse still, not only do you forget how powerful you are, but you lose, whatever personal power, what little power you have here, you lose that to those circumstances. And therefore, at the same time, you're losing your clarity of mind and your ability to clearly and easily have the guidance land for you. Now, here's the thing. The guidance always lands, but I'm talking about receiving it clearly so you don't miss the obvious. Our guidance is always there. Our intuitive guidance is there. We've got our spirit team always there. Go, psst, left. We want you to position yourselves so that it lands for you loudly, clearly, easily, and that you have the faith and the capacity within you to move forward and take action with that guidance that's given to you, because that guidance is always going to be the next best step. So when we're really caught up in fear and lack, not only are you not able to embody as much light, but you also get caught up in the overwhelm. You get caught up in so much overwhelm that you actually can't see your way out of situations. So then you feel like you're a slave to those situations, or you're drowning, in this dark crap. Then add to that, hi Tracy, how you going? Long time no see. Then add to that all of the subconscious programs, add to that the lenses and filters that we apply to every single situation. So those lenses and filters, they come from our own perceptions, they come from our model of the world, our beliefs, all that sort of stuff, right? So it's no wonder you then feel trapped in outside circumstances. But we need to remember that if we go in first, everything changes. So here we are feeling overwhelmed, right? There's a whole lot of stuff going on the planet, but you're feeling overwhelmed. And then in your humanness, you dig an even deeper hole. And when you dig an even deeper hole because you feel overwhelmed, what happens is you start to buy into the drama. You buy into the drama, and so as to further enhance or justify what it is that you're feeling, we then create stories around it. And those stories are not present moment stories. Those stories are then, oh my God, if this happens and then my future is, like it's going to fall apart, or we're constantly past tripping and future tripping. This shit always happens to me, which is past tripping. And oh my God, I'm fearful of the future tripping, right? So we're adding all these stories to the drama and our perceptions. And here we are now feeling that the world is scary. And if we plug ourselves into the belief that the world is scary rather than a friendly universe, then how are things going to be for you? If you believe that the world is scary, it's scary, and that's what you attract. But what if in fact we plugged ourselves into the belief and the truth that the universe is a friendly universe, and it is a universe that truly has your back? Now, if you believe that the universe truly has your back, then you find in that moment you can naturally even breathe a little easier, right? But if we're still, hi Lisa, how are you, sweetheart? But if you're still, caught up in the overwhelm and the drama and the fear and the lack and oh my God, the stuff that's going on and all the fear mongering and all that stuff, then you're also going to be that person that says, oh my God, the world is happening to me, rather than the world is happening for me and through me. For me and through me. And in that space, when you're caught up in that overwhelm and the negativity and you think that the world is happening to you, then you're the victim. It's happening to me, right? So if I'm the victim, if it's happening to me, then in that space, I'm going to be too busy pointing the finger. I'm going to be angry at people that are making choices that I don't like, right? So you're busy pointing the finger, so much so that you actually forget that you are the power in your world. You forget that thoughts become things. You forget that your vibration and your frequency is what is creating your own personal world. You're forgetting that you actually co-create your own reality, your very existence. And that, in fact, in this moment is all you have. The past doesn't exist. The future, but the past is done. Actually, everything, all time is here, right? This moment is all I have. This moment is all there is. Everything is this moment. But you can't see it because you're too busy past tripping and future tripping and tripping over yourself and tripping over your thoughts and getting caught up in this bog hole. So if this moment is all you have, and if you choose instead to remain here in the present moment, free of fear, zero fear, right? Zero fear, with absolute clarity of mind, then in that space, hi Lily, how are you, beautiful? Then in that space, I would remember that in this moment, I have the power to change everything. That I can choose to see this situation in a way that harms me, in a way that helps me. What if instead of pointing the finger, you saw your co-creation in all of this? That's what's going on in our world, as an example. Okay, let's just take that on. Look at what's going on in the world. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of detail about what's happening on the planet and my beliefs around it, but the fact is that there is something big happening, right? It's happening globally for all of us. But if we have a look at what's happening, as much as we don't like it, we all have been a part of it. We are a part of the collective and we have contributed to it. We maybe got caught up in the same game and the same programs. We didn't have our eyes wide open. But we have been here, all of us, for, obviously, some of us a bit longer than others, but we've been here for a while. But here's the other thing. We can look at what's going on the planet. We can look at a lot of the ugliness, the corruption, etc. But we can also look at the other side of it and recognize that maybe this is what it's taking to wake a lot of people up. People are waking up, people are questioning. So what if you chose to focus on that instead? The monster we feed is a monster that grows, right? What you focus on is what you feed. What if you chose to see everything as an opportunity for growth? Because that's what it is. Everything, every moment is an opportunity for growth and learning. It's an opportunity to become more. What if you decided to learn from every experience and instead chose to go within? Chose to go within. Hi Sharon, how you going? What if you chose to go within? What if you chose to embody the learnings and bring forth the new and upgraded version of yourself? Can you not see that all this stuff that's happening on the planet is gifting us this right now? We are living in a time of transformation. And honestly and truly, you just have to look around. You see, what does it take for some people to wake up? When you've had your aha and you've had your awaken, you go like, oh my God, I have my eyes wide open now and I see the world so differently and I'm not a victim of my life anymore. And you're on this amazing high, high frequency, you're high vibing and you want to shake everybody around you awake. What if that's what's happening on the planet? What if right now we're being shaken awake? What if this is what it takes? So our inner and outer worlds would be far, far better if we chose to recognize and remember how powerful we are. If we did that and if we started to live by example, we would be able to show others what is possible. We would inspire them to shine bright as well. And the more light on the planet right now, then the dark doesn't stand a chance. It cannot survive the more light-filled we are. It's impossible. And this is why things are falling apart. This is why all the veil is lifting and things are coming to the surface. Not quick enough for my liking, but that's just the Aries in me. But things are crumbling. The house of cards is starting to fall. But this is what it takes. And the more of us that are light filled, the quicker this is going to unfold for us. So we are nearing a tipping point of evolution in human consciousness that each and every one of us signed up for. In fact, we all did everything that we could to purchase these front row tickets. And the beautiful thing is that we actually get to contribute to this time of awakening. And I have said this so many times, chaos always precedes evolution. Chaos always precedes evolution. And here we are. Here we are at this time. How many times throughout our lives, especially since we've had our awakening, right? Since we've been doing the work, how many times have you just said, I just so wish that they would, get on this path. I just so wish that, people would wake up and think a little bit differently. This is what it's taking. This is what it's taking for a mass awakening. So what is it we're going to do? Who is it we're going to be through this time? How is it you're going to contribute to this time? They're the things that we need to ask ourselves. What am I going to do? Who am I going to be? How am I going to contribute? What energy, what frequency, what vibration am I choosing to hold so as to shine so bright during this time? So here's the interesting thing. Excuse me, I need a sip of tea. Here's the interesting thing. They thought that they were going to create their version of the Great Reset. Interesting, it's called the Great Reset, but their version, right, of the Great Reset. Instead, what they've triggered is a mass awakening. So that's our gift. But what are you going to do with it? We are so much more than this, this 3D physicality. We're so much more than this dense matter that believes that everything is about what we do. We've forgotten that ultimately everything is energy. And what matters the most is where our power is. What matters is who we are being in the doing. The energy that backs everything that we do is so important. That through thought, vibration, and frequency, we get to make a massive, massive contribution. And, ultimately, we are the ones that hold the greatest power. It's us. It's us. We get to do it. We get to be massive, massive movers, shakers of this time. You've spent your lifetime thinking you're just a little person. Okay? So I have a pop-up. This has popped up to clean up my computer, which we don't want to do. We're going to ignore that. So you'll spend a lifetime thinking that you're just itty-bitty little me. My drop in the ocean doesn't matter. I really can't make a difference. I don't know. I really have no value. You've spent a lifetime thinking that. One drop of blue food coloring changed this entire universe. Your drop matters. Your contribution matters. Absolutely everything matters. But you're forgotten. And that's all part of the programming. You knew when you came here, but you very quickly forgot because of the programming, because of the systems that have been put in place. So ultimately you hold the greatest power. And if you believe that you are just, this body, a bag of bones and bits, then you'll continue to play small. You'll play small in a very dense and, low frequency, a low vibration. And in that space, you'll take what you see in the world or on media, but you'll take what you see in the world at face value. You will believe it to be true, and you'll plug yourself into even more dense or low vibration energy. And then what you'll start to do is you will buy into their story and see that we are in a world that is to be feared, that we are in a world where there is lack and scarcity. Why? Because it serves them to have you believe that. Could you imagine if everybody remembered how truly powerful they were? So fear is a very low frequency, it's a low vibration, it's a low level of consciousness, it's a low level of awareness, it's lacking of power. It is lacking of power. And, you know, what has been gifted to us all is light. And when you are in fear, you lack light. When you are in fear, you cannot receive the light that is being offered to you at all times. Light is light. Dark and fearfulness is heavy, right? It doesn't feel light. When you feel really dark and down and depressed and heavy, there's nothing light or light-filled about that. Your level of consciousness determines your experience of this world and where we are headed collectively. And where we are going, you have to travel light. Marina, always feels such a difference on these calls, i.e. energy. It's amazing. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Marina. Thank you for saying that. And this is exactly what it is. There is no such thing as time and space. That we don't need to be in the same space and in the same room to feel a vibe, to feel a connection, to feel an energy, to feel the uplifting. And this is a beautiful thing. There are so many people spotted all over the planet that are holding such incredibly bright light. And it's for all of us, no matter where we're at, to hold a higher frequency, a higher vibration, to embody more light, to do whatever it is that we can within us, not outside of us, within us, to do our inner work so as to hold even more light, so that we can be that beacon of light that inspires those around us, and you know, and that ripple effect is enormous, but so that inspires others to step into that light and then hold their own light. So we are the mover shakers. This is it. This is us. So with a shift in consciousness comes a dimensional shift. And a dimensional shift is literally a shift in truth. Think about how many things that you believe to be true in your life and then you realize they weren't, and how much everything changed in your life. And I'm not talking about negative things, but you know, if you find out something nasty, but I'm talking about when you finally realize that, oh my God, you're not a victim of your life and that you can co-create your world, or that you are powerful beyond measure, right? It changes everything, because now you're aware of your thoughts, now you're aware of your vibration, now you're aware of the art of manifesting, now you're aware of little miracles and signs around you, right? That elevates you. So we're all being called, that no matter where we are, to have another shift in consciousness. The realization that we are more than we ever thought possible. Why aren't you taught this stuff at school? You think the system wants you to know how powerful you are? Even things like basic accelerated learning techniques, which I was teaching during school holidays for years. Why do they not teach that at school? It's about keeping people trapped in a system long enough so that they become programmed like everybody else. So, you know, we are more than we have been programmed or led to believe. So how is it you step into your power? How is it that you step into these higher frequencies? And, you know, I mean, some of us are starting to hold these higher frequencies. And by that, I mean that, you know, we're able to hold more light. We've done the inner work. You know, if you can hold more light and you radiate more light, as you do that, you know, you inspire others around. People go, oh my God, what have you been doing? You look amazing. You're glowing and your life is just unfolding so beautifully. What do you do? And show me, teach me, right? So there's that aspect. But what happens as we become more conscious, we also become aware of the shadow and the ugliness that has been a part of our world for a long time. The more of us that radiate light, that hold light, the more we see the shadow. We see this, you know, the collective shadow. We're made to do our own work. We're made to be free ourselves of our own ugliness and demons and what have you. But I'm talking about the collective shadow, that we start to look around and we see the programs. We see a world where there should not be a single hungry person on this planet. There is more than enough for everybody. But why? Why are people not getting food? We think you've grown up to think, oh, it's kind of normal. It's not normal. It's all a political agenda. It is not normal. So we start to see all the ugliness that goes on and the layers of ugliness that happen in our world. But this has to come up as part of the awakening, right? Because now you look at this stuff and you go, this isn't right. How can I contribute? How can I contribute to the awakening? How can I make this happen faster? So what we're doing is we're awakening out of a deep slumber. And with our awakening, we begin to awaken other people. We start to truly see the greed, the control, the lies, the deceit, the fear-mongering, the mind control, the atrocities that have been going on for generations and generations, that you're kind of programmed to believe, oh, it happens, it's normal, it is, it's made to happen, and it is not normal. And the side effect of that is sometimes people fall into fear. And if you fall into fear, that doesn't help you and it doesn't help us. It doesn't help the collective. Our job is to see what is happening. And this is not a lack of empathy. This is all empathy. This is having so much feeling and empathy for the whole, and knowing that you want it to be more, that you have zero fear, that you choose zero fear. And you know that your job is to hold the light for the greater good. That now I'm not just doing it for myself so I can, manifest that flash car or manifest that new pair of shoes. I'm now moving beyond myself. And I'm seeing what is really going on outside of me. I'm seeing what is really going on in the world. And I'm saying, enough. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. That I am, the divine God or goddess, for the men that watch the replay, I am the power in my world. I choose to contribute in the most amazing way possible. And right here, right now, I am awake. I am awake, and on my watch, I choose to contribute to getting through this time at warp speed. So then your job is to not to fall into fear, but to hold the light. You hold the light, you do the work, and you embody even more light than you've ever been capable of holding before. And when you think about it, like I said to you guys, I'm sure we want things to be different. We would all love to wake up tomorrow to rainbows and unicorns. Will that change people? Chaos precedes evolution. That what if all of this is designed to wake us up out of our slumber, to force us to make a choice? Do you choose, blue pill, red pill, do you choose to live in fear? Or do you choose to wake up, to embody light and love, to radiate love and light, and to contribute to a mass awakening? Or do you choose fear? So we need to understand that we need to hold enough light to make more empowered choices, to live in love and light rather than fear, no matter where we are at. So no matter where we are at, hi Katerina, how are you? No matter where we are at, you are being called to be more and to hold the light and to be a living, shining example, to inspire others to do the same. Hold the light until they can hold their own. I know I have said it many, many times, but I really felt like I needed to bring in a little bit of maybe what's going on in the world to get you guys thinking that this is happening not to us, but for us. Okay, and there are a lot of people going through a lot. So I'm not saying to have no empathy, have zero fear, massive empathy, massive. You be the mama bears. You be the mama bears that says, not on my watch. You don't get to, no more fear mongering, no more harm, no more dark. I am a light bearer. I am choosing to hold the light. And as a goddess, I am choosing to birth in a new cycle of time. I am choosing to birth in, I am here contributing to new beginnings. It is through me. We get to make the difference, right? And you hold that light, and you hold that light, and you stay strong in that light no matter what is happening outside of you. And when you see people in fear, you shower them with light. I have so many people reaching out to me, so many people saying, not only have people been having to make tough choices and going through, a whole lot of stuff, but they're saying that I'm losing my friends, I'm losing my family because of the choices that I'm making. That's all a part of this too. And for a while, some people will fall away and others will be drawn to you. That's what happens as we become more conscious. You kind of find, maybe you just don't gel with people so much. But you'll get your new tribe. People will be drawn to you. The most important thing is, do not judge. They might be judging you for your choices, but don't judge them for their choices. Love and respect everybody enough to let them live their life their way. Remember, everybody's operating out of their own level of consciousness and from their model of the world. And what I mean by that is they're operating from their own beliefs, their own perceptions, their own filters, their own lenses. And the fact is, each and every one of us has a role to play in all of this. So let them, do them, be them, and you do you. Just shower them with light. Just shower them with light. They are where they are, and that's perfectly fine, and you are where you are. An awakening literally means that every truth that awakens within you changes the way in which you live your life. And not everyone around you is ready for that. Just be that beautiful beacon of light. Be that guiding light. Ooze inspiration, ooze light. Glow when things get really dark for them. So send them light so as to free them of their fear. And remember that in any given moment, you get to choose what you focus on. And therefore, if you get to choose what you focus on, you get to choose what you feel. Remember, nothing has any meaning other than the meaning that we give it. So you get to choose what you focus on. You get to choose what it is that you feel. Let me give you just a quick example of that. Let's say, I don't know, you could be walking in the bush, going bushwalking with a friend, and this friend is fearful and so plugged into all the drama and the stuff that's going on the planet and the media and all the hype and what have you, right? And, whilst you're in awe of nature. So you're both walking on the same path together. One of you is plugged into fear and so, oh my God, it's just so hard, it's so scary out there, and the other, you are looking at the trees going, oh my God, I can almost feel it. I'm breathing in this beautiful, feeling of peace, and I'm so connected with nature, and I'm in awe of all the beautiful shades of green here, and oh my goodness, the breeze in my hair feels so awesome, and the warmth of the sun on my face, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Oh, thank you. How blessed am I? You're having two very, very different experiences, yet you're walking the same path. So the reason I use that analogy is that we're all going through stuff. Everybody is experiencing it in their own way. So what we need to be doing is we need to master the art of being aware of what is happening, but have zero fear. Zero fear. Okay, Valerie, they could also fall out for a short time until they wake up. So no fear, just love. Absolutely, Valerie. Marina, I'm there in nature when you said that. Can smell the trees. Me too, honey, me too. I'm so blessed to look out at the bush that I have here, and oh my goodness. And I go down now that the greenhouse is built and everything, oh my goodness, and the greenhouse is just incredible. So I go down every morning, every afternoon, and I just have a look at everything. I can almost see them growing. It's just so amazing. And I bless everything, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for the colours in the garden at this time of year, especially after having the rain. Oh my goodness, all the colours in the garden is just absolutely beautiful. So we get to choose what we plug into. We get to choose what we focus on. We get to choose what we look at. We get to choose how we feel about what we look at. And if some of the stuff that you're looking at is causing you angst and fear, stop it. If it is causing you dramas, stop looking at it, stop reading it. Don't come back to it until you gather yourself and you have yourself so strong, so powerful in your little bubble of light that you know that there is stuff happening, and I'm not going to even choose to look at it until I know I have all of my power here in present time, and until I know it cannot touch me. Because if I look at it and I fall into a heap and I go into a state of absolute fear, then that is not good for me. All I'm doing is flooding toxicity through my body, and it is not good for the collective. Fill your own cup up first. Make sure you're okay. Fill your cup up, because you're going to have a lot more to give. And it will be needed, right? It is needed. You're going to have a lot more to give if you fill yourself up first, rather than, don't go killing yourself for anybody, basically. Don't go making yourself sick for anybody else. Fill your cup up and know that what you do is not from, what I do is not from me but through me. What I do is not from me but through me. So then I'm connected to source. I'm feeling it. I'm forever replenished. I'm not losing my own resources. And I'm here in present time. So if you need to not look at it until you gather yourself, honor yourself and do that, because that's going to be the greatest gift you can give the rest of us too. And for those that you're able to keep your finger on the pulse and look at it and keep blasting light and hold space and do all that, then please go ahead and do that. But everything's going to come back down to holding the light. Look after yourself and hold the light, for everybody, and keep sending light out to the planet. Valerie, best thing ever, cutting myself from the news, very liberating. Yeah, Marina's agreeing with that. Absolutely. Whatever it is that you need to do to free yourself of the angst, because the fear, the angst is making you smaller, and you cannot hold enough light. You cannot be holding enough light. So our job is to do whatever it takes to be able to hold even more light. To hold the light, to be the light, and and to help us move through this exceptionally quickly. Okay, so this shadow and all the stuff that's coming out, it is about the shadow being revealed and those old dark systems collapsing. So think about it. The light reveals the shadow, and as the light gets brighter and brighter and brighter, it puts out the dark altogether. So we collectively get to contribute to this awakening. And the more people that step up and hold the light, the more quickly we're going to get through this. And we do, without a doubt, have some waves to ride yet. We can choose to get tumbled in the waves, or we can get caught up and ride them. Either way, we are moving towards a new shore. And the speed, mind you, I can't surf. I love my riding the waves analogy. I am a brilliant energy surfer. I'm not a good water wave surfer. I've barely been able to stand on a board. So energy waves I'm talking about. So, but we are heading towards a new shore, a new frequency, right? And the speed at which we do that is up to us. So let's choose to step up together. Let's choose to support each other. Hi, Josette. Let's choose to support each other. Let's choose to step up together and embody even more light, so that we can get through this at warp speed. So hold the light, beautiful ones. Zero, zero, zero fear. It is so, so important. Anytime you feel fear, unplug from whatever it is that you've just plugged yourself into and fill your own cup. Be aware of your frequency at all times. Embody the light, hold the highest vision, and know that we have so got this. I promise you, we have got this, and Team Light wins. Team Light wins. I know it. I know it to be true. I have seen it, and yeah, how blessed are we that we get to share this time on this planet here together, and we get to contribute to this time of transformation. All right, I will stay on for a couple of more minutes. I will need to go shortly to get ready for I Am Woman. We have our I Am Woman module tonight. Anyone at all have any questions? We have a few of our I Am Women here in the program tonight. Gorgeous, gorgeous ladies. Okay, it appears that there are no questions. Remember to hold the light. Zero fear. Unplug from anything that makes you feel constricted, unable to hold the light. Unplug, fill your own cup. Imagine that you're a magnet, if you like, and you're calling back your spirit from whatever it was that you plugged into. Call back your spirit. You know, do the I am light, I am peace meditation from my website. If you haven't already downloaded it, it's a free meditation. Get yourself back into center and just hold the highest vision, because we have so got this. We have so got this. Hey, Danielle, how are you? Okay, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous people. I love you. Have a fantastic evening. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea for the I Am Woman program. Marina, last one tonight, really behind. Can I still watch tonight? Yeah, absolutely, Marina. Join tonight's. Yes. Okay, tonight will be a big one. All right, much love to you all. I look forward to seeing you all next Monday at the same time. Have a fabulous, fabulous week. Good night, everybody. Bye.